question is one that weighs heavily on the country right now, but also on college students nationwide, many of whom had their high school graduations canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic. Now some are facing the possibility their college commencement may be canceled due to safety concerns, with protests still going strong. As national correspondent Christine Frizzell reports, it's an issue that's now become a political one.
This was the scene early Sunday morning at the University of Southern California as police surrounded an encampment before dismantling it. Part of a weekend marked by tensions running high of pro-Palestinian and pro-Israeli protesters facing off. At the University of Virginia, at least 25 people were arrested, with tensions spilling into commencement ceremonies like this one at the University of Michigan. How to best respond to the issue haunting Democrats, many who have publicly admonished the administration's unconditional support for Israel, financially and militarily.
If we don't see some changes, I think it is appropriate to put conditions on some of this aid.
President Biden walking the fine line of supporting the protesters and those who feel threatened.
Everybody has a right to protest, but they have to protest peacefully. If they're protesting violently, that has to end. There's no place for that. There's no place for anti-Semitism. There's no place for Islamophobia.
Republicans, meanwhile, seizing on the Democratic divide.
One of the many reasons why Donald Trump is going to win this election is you've got Democratic protesters out there putting a terrorist headdress on a statue of George Washington.
Former President Trump in a new ad praising a group of fraternity brothers who reportedly protected an American flag at UNC Chapel Hill.
I held the Israeli flag and they held up the American flag while protesters chanted at us, screamed at us. I was told to kill myself about 50 times.
Questions now about whether the end of the semester will bring an end to campus protests or simply shift, with planning already underway for them to gather outside of the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, with more echoes of 1968. This lawsuit filed against the city, one of many, by groups who say they've been denied protest permits with accusations their free speech rights are being denied. Unrest not abating 6 months before Election Day. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
The rain hasn't had enough of Texas yet, as another round of thunderstorms ramped up Sunday in the Houston area. The National Weather Service expects rainfall totals for the day to hit at least 3 inches, with the potentials for up to 8 in certain areas. Over the past week, heavy rains have caused rivers to overflow and flood communities around Houston. There has been only one reported death, a 5-year-old boy who was swept away by swift moving water in Johnson County, south of Fort Worth. In international headlines, in southern Brazil, rescue crews are racing against time to save survivors after devastating flooding and landslides left at least 75 dead and over 100 missing. Footage posted by the Brazilian Armed Forces shows a helicopter crew smashing through a roof to take a baby to safety. It's just one of several dramatic rooftop rescues performed since rain started to downpour Monday of last week. At least 155 people have been injured, while damage from the rains forced more than 80,000 people from their homes.
And now your NBC